My name is William S. Gilroy Jr. I'm the co-founding artistic director of No Borders Theater Company. I am a Assiniboine, Nakota, from the Fort McKinney Reservation. Tonight, if you've come here to hear a story about a woman who's in comatose, waiting for a man to kiss her, you've come to the wrong theater. Tonight, if you've come to hear a play that have voices you might recognize in your family or in your community, you're in the right place. Tonight, we're very honored because I would like to introduce some of our board members. Our first board member I'd like to introduce is directing the next presentation, which is July 26th. She is an actress. She's a good-hearted woman. We're very proud to have her as a member of our company, Emily Ferguson Stager. Another board member who was here earlier but had to leave, who wrote the play, he is going to be in the Montana Repertory Theater, Missoula Children's Theater production of Driving Miss Daisy. He's the author of this play, Chris Evans. And the last person I have to introduce is a woman who is an extraordinary actress. I helped direct her for her MFA directing project about a year ago. When I first saw this woman and watched her act, I went, I have to work with this woman. She's extraordinary. She has been working with us for a year and a half. This is her second show with us. We're very honored to have her here with us tonight. She directed this stage reading. Please welcome Sarah Burke. For No Borders, welcome. And we hope you enjoy the reading.
American Roulette, a play by Christopher M. Evans and Frederick M. Hendricks. Act 1. The setting is a bare stage with several chairs and boxes. The dream. Lights come up on Jean.
Can't take this anymore.
Lights come up on Robert.
I walk into the cafeteria dressed in my best clothes. Everybody's there. Everybody's eating, talking, laughing.
I'm sitting at the dinner table with my family. We're eating, talking, laughing. Stuff families do.
Jocks are dressed in their football uniforms. Red jerseys, tight black pants, black cross trainers. Cheerleaders are in their white and red skirts and sweaters. Mostly white. I realize that they're the ones who are talking and laughing. The rest of the kids are just sitting there, looking at me, hope and sadness on their faces. I don't think I like them. I hate them, even my friends. I walk up to the jock's table. Yeah, they have their own table.
He's sitting beside me.
At the center of the table, he's there. Brian Fox, the great football player, holding court like some kind of a king, a cheerleader on each knee. He sees me, and he laughs.
He's wearing a fatigue jacket, just sitting next to me, not saying a word. He picks up a piece of chicken and starts eating it. What that has to do with anything, I don't know.
He's sweating. He's a little heavy, and when he laughs, his jowls quiver. He stops laughing. Maggot! All of his attendants laugh. Queer! They're all laughing. Psycho! The laughing is getting louder. So loud it's hurting my ears, but over the laughing I hear crying. It's me. But that's wrong. I don't cry. I can't cry. I pull the gun out.
I look up. My family's gone. I'm scared, so I get up from the table and try to leave. He grabs my sleeve and says, "Not yet." Then he gets this look on his face. I can't get that look out of my head. Every time I close my eyes, I see that look, that face.
Ryan laughs harder, so hard tears are running down his fat, sweaty face. Girls are hanging all over him, touching him, kissing him. They all want him.
Oh my God! His eyes are bleeding. His teeth are sharp and white like a shark's.
I point the gun at him. He laughs harder and louder. It's so loud my ears start to bleed. I cover one with my free hand, but the noise is like an ice pick being shoved into my skull.
He's snapping at me, trying to bite me. His spit flies everywhere, all over me.
Show you, show you, show you.
Takes the gun and points at his head. Pulls the trigger. Click.
I scream. Nothing comes out. I can't breathe. I wake up and I can't breathe, but I can still see his face.
Blood is everywhere. It flies from me, spattering the girls' white uniforms, spotting faces and mixing with sweat. I spin and blood pours from me. They're not laughing anymore. They'll never laugh again. It's a dream.
It's a nightmare. I think it's killing me. You want to know what hell is? Try dying while you're fully conscious. Dying when you know that you're very alive.
Lights fade. In the darkness we hear.
Another beautiful day today. No chance of precipitation today or tonight. Slight chance of thunder bumper tomorrow. Sunrise 10, 59 right now, except a high of 78. We're going searching with Liz with Where the Cell Are You? Right after this from the Spice Girls. This is I'll Be There. 6:03 on KBOS. Good morning.
Okay, here's how to play Where the Cell Are You? First, get a cell phone. Second, I go somewhere in town every Tuesday and hide in my car while I give clues over there to where I am. Excuse me, where the cell I am. Some big beggar cells has a brainstorm some morning and suddenly I'm in my freaking car at 6 o'clock in the morning trying to find somewhere where the cheap-ass cell phone will work and where I can stay awake. Today it's a little coffee shop about a block away from the high school. I'll sit here for a couple hours doing the show by phone with Dan as teenagers try to score the fabulous prizes if they guess where I am. Hey, it's Fundraise with Dan and Liz. The sales guy who came up with this game came up with Fundraise. He thought since we play stuff that appeals to teenagers, we ought to have a teenager-type title. This guy was a teenager in the 1950s, for Christ's sakes. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I'm at the Thanks a Latte coffee shop. It's just down the street from the high school. Somebody, anybody, please call a station request line and tell Dan where the cell I am, please. I'll throw in pizza coupons, whatever you want, please. Anybody?
Lights down. Submitted for your approval. Lights up on deck.
I don't know why this strikes me as funny. I wake up every morning at 4:30 sharp, rustle around for a little while, shower, get to the station about 5:30. There's an obligatory mindless banter with Liz for 10 minutes, a sexually explicit joke from my newsman, then prep time. The show rolls at 6:03, right after the news. 4:30 rolls around this morning. I hear this smacking sound. I mean, really loud. I look to the side of my bed and there's my dog Rufus licking his balls. Now this isn't your everyday household lick. This is the cleaning of the year. Wax, underbody coating, wheel bright, the whole deluxe wash. All I could do is watch and admire. I'm not weird, but come on. I don't wash my nuts with the vigor Rufus was going at it. Suddenly he stops and looks up at me like I was a peeping Tom. Then he burps, sighs, and goes peacefully back to sleep. It reminded me of a joke my dad told me. Why dogs lick their balls? Because they can. How do you start the day like that and not expect Rod Serling to burst through the door at any minute?
Jan Brady.
You know, there's something about smoking pot before you get ready for school at 6 o'clock in the morning. There is. Listen to me, man. You wake up, your body's clean. See, during the night, all the stuff's gone out of it. The tank's empty. Must refill. You don't believe me? Class is now in session. Okay, alarm goes off like a screaming demon. What's next? Snooze alarm. 8 more minutes. You need it. History's fucking boring. All right, right foot out of bed. Halfway there. Left foot. You made it. Good for you. TV on WTBS. Superstation. Bugs Bunny, followed by 23 minutes of the fabulous Brady family. The lesson continues. So you load the pipe, and the first commercials of Bugs, enjoy the Daffy cartoon, and then they throw you a curve. No second cartoon. Boom, commercials. It's during this period of time you put the bit to the bowl and you get yourself high. Short cartoon, and then it's time for her. 23 minutes of Jan Brady. When your high is perfect, the way to begin your educational day. I know what you're thinking. Marcia. Shit, man. She's unattainable. And Cindy? What? Is she like 6? That's really sick. But Jan Brady. You know her real name? Eve Plum. 23 minutes of that beautiful braces Latin goddess. 23 minutes you suck on the bull, fantasizing about being Cousin Arnold and Cope in a field. It's time to hit the bus. Say hi to Billy, the bus driver, then 12 minutes to school. History with Miss Bishop, first period. Mesopotamia and thoughts of Jan Brady in a two-piece bikini and a monster buzz. My dad got 12 cups of coffee, half a pack of Pall Malls, and a morning crap. I got this. I win. Here's the story of Jan Brady.
Yearbook. We see a slide with a picture that says, Rimmer Robert, General Studies, German Club, basketball freshman and sophomore years. Voted most likely to rule the world.
I don't want to rule the world. There are a lot of people out there that just don't deserve to live. There would be too many decisions to make.
3 a.m.
She woke me up again. 3 a.m. I go staggering into her room and she's standing there holding onto crib bars like a mini convict, smiling that 4-2 smile. Jesus. You know why babies are so damn cute? Survival. Her name is Anna, and she is my 8-month-old daughter. I pick her up and she laughs. She's ready to party. I go out to the kitchen and take the bottle out of the fridge. She's grabbing at it like she hasn't been fed in days. I take her and the bottle and we sit down in the recliner in the living room. I turn on the headline news. Same stuff. The president sucks, Congress sucks, everybody sucks. Leno beats Letterman, Steven Seagal beats the hell out of everybody and saves the whales, all while making love to Meg Ryan, his new blockbuster. Finally, sports. Shit, Detroit beats Seattle 6-1. I look down at my chugging daughter and ask, why do the Mariners suck? I expect my daughter to say, the pitching, you dumbass. Instead, she burps and smiles. She's no help. My wife wakes me at 6 saying it's time to get ready for work, and she's got the coffee going. Thank God. Time to get to the high school and finish that frickin' cafeteria. 3 more weeks.
Status.
When time looks back on what I've done as a junior and knowingly strokes its grizzled gray beard, it'll come down to one final judgment. Megan Jenkins was a cheerleader. Sad, isn't it? Mozart was playing piano concertos when he was a fetus. I'm showing people things I shouldn't when I execute a high kick at a game. But it's status. Status is king. You take a look at some of the freaks that go to the school and think, Jesus, I'm sounding like a bitch, but I'm not a bitch. I'm not kidding. It's law, it's fact, it's status. Example, there's a girl in the smoking area. She looks like Marilyn Manson. She reeks of the camel she's been smoking. She's hungover. And and have you seen the freak she's been sleeping with? You see what I mean? Where are our lives heading? I'm dating footballers who bathe, most of the time. She's dating junkies who have trouble spelling bathe, so I cheer. I'm going to go to college. She's going on to a career where she'll be asking if they'll like fries with that. So I cheer. I will marry a guy that I like. He'll have money and we'll have swell kids that will play sports or cheer. Her kids will be asking, who's my daddy? Where's my daddy? And you know what? She won't remember. So I cheer. I'll go with my husband and 2.5 kids on vacation to Disney World. She'll drag her kids to the state prison to see the roadie she shacked up with a while ago who's on a drug charge. Jesus, I sound really bad. I didn't want this girl to have a shitty life, but she will. That's her choice. I choose differently. I cheer. Come to the football game tomorrow night. I'll be there. So will she. You'll see what I mean. Status talks. The rest wind up in tops. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do you appreciate?
42 counter.
I couldn't sleep. 42 counter. Guard is supposed to pull or come down on the linebacker. For days I've been trying to get this play down. Pull up or come down. Pull up or come down. This is the first game of the season and I can't remember. It's driving me nuts. So I'm sitting in a cafeteria a few days ago going over the play in my mind. You can't escape the noise anywhere. The construction is getting nuts, but it's been going on forever, so I'm getting used to it. But this geek, sitting a few tables away, is laughing with his loser friends about what he's going to do at the game this week. This kid says he's gonna count how many IQ points are on a field. He says he'll be able to use the fingers on one hand and still have fingers left over. It's all one big fucking laugh. I bust my ass in 100-degree heat, 2 practices a day, trying to represent the school, and this dickhead has no appreciation. I snapped. I walked up behind this kid. I slapped him hard on the back of his head. He stopped laughing, and his friends stopped laughing. He turned around like he wanted to kick my ass. Then he saw I was a lot bigger than he was. You little faggot, you want to compare IQs? I'll bury you. Fuck you. I couldn't believe this little prick. No, fuck you. You don't like this school? Then leave. Here's an idea. Take your little play friends and just leave. I'd really like to pummel your ass, but if I do it here, I'll get suspended and I can't play. So here's the deal. When the season's over, remember me, because I'll remember you. I'm not proud of what I did. I snapped. We all snapped, I guess. When he brought the gun to school, I wasn't scared. Another insignificant asshole trying to make a big sound. They heard him. Suspended his ass for the year. I wasn't going to hit him. I just have to get this play down. I need someone to appreciate how hard I'm trying. I can't go to the bench after starting for so damn long. I just can't. It'll kill my parents. 42 counter. Shit. Pull when the tackles shift. Come down on linebacker when the defense is in a 3-4.
Sis, I always get Megan with this one. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who is ugly and overweight? Megan! Megan! Go, Megan! She puffs up like a blowfish, calls me a bitch, then calls up one of her oh-so-stable football boyfriends. Did I say one of? Why, yes. Yes, I did. She's gone through the entire team. Oh, now she's not sleeping with them. Yikes. It'd take a tire jack and a 6-pack to get those legs apart. Got to remember that one. She's just trying them on, one at a time, like blouses at Walmart. Oh, here's one that'll get me noticed at the pep rally. Oh, here's one that'll get me noticed at lunch. Transparent, huh? Waking up with her in the next room is no stay at the Holiday Inn. 5 minutes after 6 every day, it's the same thing. It's Funrise, woohoo! Those 2 idiots, Dan and Liz, in the morning. Blah, 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 Spice Girls song. Blah, 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 Hanson song. It's enough to make you long for the good old days and the classic rock of the New Kids on the Block. Well, to counteract that virus, I turned my very large and expensive stereo speakers against the wall and blast The Offspring, or Live, or something like that. Bitch! Then, when she's good and pissed and wishing I was her born-again Christian brother, she has to drive me to school. It's a parental law. She got the car, I got the stereo. Shit, I'm late.
The algebra lesson.
I don't feel right. Not sick or anything, just not right. My mom's going ballistic for some reason. Some kid brings a gun to school yesterday, and nature in its infinite wisdom has decided that now is the right time for my period. Christ, the world is not right today. Something's going on with my mom. We have fought more in 1 week than I can remember. She keeps hammering me on my homework. She's like the 60s radical feminist. Even if she thinks I'm not trying, it's a half-hour lecture on how the world is a hard enough place on women, especially on women without the proper education, and I'm like, Mom, if a plane leaves Seattle at 4:07 p.m. and lands in Salt Lake City at 5:03 p.m., accounting for airspeed and the time change, who really cares how long the damn flight took? You ask any one of them what they thought the most important thing was about that flight, 95% of them will tell you that the plane landed safely. The other 5%, their baggage arrived with the flight. Me? I want both. That's my algebra. School is not word problems or gym class or knowing what to be or not to be. It's figuring out that shit happens, and sometimes that shit can happen to you. You just hope when you get out, you got everything you need and you aren't stuck at the baggage claim while you miss your connecting flight to Tuscaloosa. I'm a senior in high school. The plane's coming in for a landing. Mom, I think her plane is stuck in a holding pattern. That kid, Robert, the one who brought the gun to school yesterday, he needed attention. He got it. Shit happened to him. My point is that you don't need to know why he brought the gun or how fast he brought the gun. It's simple. All you've got to know is that he brought the gun. That's the math. That's the algebra right there. The rest is extra credit. Get me? I have got some severe cramps, and I have a mile to walk to school, and there's no my doll in the house because Mom read something in Our Bodies, Ourselves about pain-strengthening womanhood. And all I want is a Hershey bar, and I forgot to finish my algebra homework. Shit.
A rumor.
No, dude. Listen to me. Roberto's gone psycho. Listen, he asked this girl to one of those dances. She's like, no. He goes, like, okay, that's cool. Things are cool, right? No, my friend. No way. She's going out with this other guy. They're at the movies, right? She goes to get some popcorn, and she gets back, her date's gone. She heads out to the lobby. Maybe he's taking a squirt. Nope. He's fucking gone. She calls his house. Not there. Isn't he at the movies with you? Next day at school, she goes up to the guy and goes like, what the fuck? The guy doesn't say anything and just walks away. She runs after him again. What the fuck? He turns on her and he tells her to go to hell. She's confused. No shit. He tells her that her boyfriend was at the movie theater and that her boyfriend held a gun to his ribs and said he threatened him and he'd fuck him up bad. She's like, dude, I don't have a boyfriend. He goes nuts, calls her a bitch and then says a name, Robert Rimmer. Yeah, gun boy. I'm not kidding, she's understandably pissed. She hunts Rimmer down and finds him. He turns around to say hello and she punches him right in the nose. But blam! You know what Robert does? He just laughs and bleeds. Bleeds and laughs. Dude, I'm not kidding. A friend of mine saw the whole thing. Yeah, there you go. Hey, did you catch the Brady Bunch this morning?
Morning rituals. Megan and Allie in the bathroom. Hanson's Mbop play softly on the radio. Allie changes it to metal, turns it up. Megan turns on the blow dryer. Allie turns up the radio louder. Megan turns off the blow dryer. Turns down the radio, walks back to the mirror and puts on lipstick. Allie turns radio back up, pushes Megan out of the way to put on black lipstick. Megan picks up the boombox and threatens to smash it. Allie grabs Megan's pom-pom and threatens to light it on fire with a cigarette lighter.
I'd like a sausage McMuffin and a coffee. Sausage McMuffin and a coffee. If you said one sausage McMuffin and coffee, that's right. That's what I want. Do you think that communication is important in a relationship? I want to have a good relationship with you. I really do. Every morning I come here, I order, you say blah, 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 blah. I order again. I don't understand you. How can I satisfy your wants and needs if I don't communicate them to you? Sure, you know what I want? But what do you want? I want to know what you want. I want you to be happy. Never mind. I'll pull around. Never mind. I'll drive through.
Robert is sitting alone, loading a 30 by 30, 30-30 shell by shell. His face is expressionless. He rocks slightly back and forth. When done with the rifle, he loads a clip for an automatic handgun, slaps the clip home. Liz.
Hey, Dan? Dan, can you hear me? What time is it? No, I didn't bring a fucking watch. What's the matter with me? What's the matter with you? Dan, wait. No, wait. This fucking phone is cutting in and out. Dan? 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 The battery shows only 1/4 charge. You mean you didn't put it on the charger? That was really brilliant. What are the clues gonna be like for this week? Is it somewhere the cell phone won't work? How much time? All right, I'm shutting it off. No, I'll call back when we're a little closer. I'm turning it off. I'm turning it off. Bite me. Yeah, can I get a large coffee and a plain bagel? No, no cream cheese, plain. You got an ashtray? By the way, I'm Liz, you know, from Funrise. Dan and Liz in the morning. KBOS. We're doing Where the Cell Are You from here this morning. What do you mean your boss didn't tell you? Your boss paid $250 for this. Look, can I owe you? You know where I work. How about a pizza coupon?
The history lesson.
The teacher's lounge, the last great bastion of the professional caffeine addict and the safe haven, no matter how small, of the smoking educator. It's the only goddamn place in this school I feel I don't have to set an example. I'm free to be the self-absorbed intellectual that I am. Yeah, right, whatever. I try to relate to them, but when you teach history or science or English, anything it seems like, you are the object of an unending barrage of shit from children who are sent to school more for daycare than for education. Miss Bishop, what good will it do me to learn this? Miss Bishop, Mesopotamia? Bishop, you suck. Bishop's a bitch. This is like so boring. When they see my name on their schedules, Ms. Donna Bishop, history, they see 1 hour out of their lives every day for a semester they'll never get back. You want to know something really scary? They're almost right. They never can get that hour back. It's history. What I just said is history. That last statement is, well, history. Your heart beats da-da, 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 da by the da. Your heartbeat is history. Miss a heartbeat and you're in ICU. Miss 2, the crash cart is on the way and the family is asked to leave the room for a few minutes. Miss 3, your history. Wow, insomnia really can affect your outlook on life. You know when it's around 5 in the morning and you can't sleep and you've come to the realization that sleep is just not going to come? What's the next thought? What's the next tragic, hideous, stupid thought? Might as well just stay up. Hey, I've done it before. You'd think I'd learn. I do teach history. No wonder little fuckers don't listen. But I've got my cigarettes and my coffee. I'll sleep tonight. A couple of shots of Jack Daniels. Always remember, kids, drugs are bad.
Home is where the heart is.
My brother comes home from Stanford after his first year for summer vacation. He acts so different. Like he's seen the world and knows everything. Mom and Dad treat him like that too. They would sit around and talk about what his courses were and what his dorm was like and who his friends were. Like he was graduating from law school instead of a freshman who couldn't decide on a major and barely made it to Stanford in the first place. If Dad wasn't an alumni, David would be going to community college here in town. David hated my ass. To be honest, the feeling was mutual. I tried to like him. He hated me because school was easy for me. I hated him because he was older, he had a lot of friends, and he got to party. He hated me because I got a lot of attention from Mom and Dad. So he dedicated his life to making me look and feel small and insignificant. I thought, hey, California, being away from home, might change that. I was wrong. One night we were sitting at the dinner table. What's with the earring? I got an earring about a month before he'd come back. Mom and Dad were already itching nails. Makes you look like a fag. Mom and Dad didn't say anything. Later that night he came into my room. Mom and Dad were asleep. Mom and Dad are worried about you. So? So they say you're acting weird, talking back and shit. And you were an angel. How many times did you tell Dad to fuck off? How many nights did you come in after curfew? How much did you drink? He hauls me out of bed and throws me against the door. They don't know how to talk to you. I do. You're under their roof and you do what they say. I couldn't fight back. I couldn't say anything. My stomach was hurting real bad. It always hurts that way. I can't do anything to stop. When I can't stop what's happening to me.
Dan.
You know this was my last chance? Ellensburg. Ellen's fucking Burg. I was afternoon drive at Hard Rock Station. Danny Freeman in the Meadow Express. We rock, we rock, we rock, Ellensburg. I was a rebel. Nobody at that time wanted a rebel. One day the station manager comes walking in, says, Meadow's dead, and that it's time for a change. I'm okay with that. Okay, I wasn't okay with that. But I was okay with the paycheck. Then he tells me the new format's gonna be country western. Then he waddles out of the room laughing and saying his best, Yosemite Sam voice, "Things are gonna change around here." I finished my show, signed off, and I was walking out and the old man tells me the new format meeting will be early in the morning and anybody not able to make the switch was welcome to walk out that door. Asshole. I did the only thing I could think of at the time. I walked down to the bar down the street. Wouldn't you know it, some country hit place. Hank Williams playing on the jukebox. My state of mind might have been on vacation, but my mouth decided to go straight to work. I stood at the doorway and shouted, "Howdy, rednecks!" I worked my way around the bar, around this horseshoe bar, and every cowboy I came to, I looked right in the eye and said, "Fuck you." Then I ordered the guy a drink. Every cowgirl I looked in the eye and gave him a big, wet kiss and said, "Fuck you." Then I ordered them a drink. The entire place was silent with shock. I sat down, 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, 4 beers, shot of whiskey, hey, why not? Every song on the jukebox was another nail in the coffin of rock, and with every blow of the hammer, I had the drink. All this whining about DIVORCE and TROUBLE, I didn't spell that much when I was in the 4th grade. Other than alcoholics and people in Arkansas, who wants to listen to the music that reminds them about how bad their lives are? I figured the only reason I didn't get the ass whooping in my life is that even cowboys know not to screw with the insane. I don't know when it was when I stumbled out of the bar, but I knew I had to do something about the situation. I had to save rock and roll. I went back to the station. Magically, an ash can from the front of the building made it through the front door glass. Sure, I had a key, but I had to make a point. I went staggering into the studio. The kid doing the overnight shift was scared shitless. One look at me and he ran out the building. I started to look and look and look, and then I found it at the top of the filing cabinet. Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. It was the only album I needed. I threw it on and waited for the sun to rise. Well, cops showed up before dawn, and as they say in country circles, I was pissed, drunk, and passed out. I was arrested, fired on the spot, and told I'd never work in radio again. I left town. I got here and lived out of my car for a while. One night, I'm in the diner here in town, and there she is. She was staring at me. I couldn't place her at first, but then it hit me. Liz. Liz what? I went to where she was sitting. It was great. We laughed about the radio show that we did in college. Then she told me about a job opening at the radio station. They were looking for a morning team. I told her my story, and she said that she'd make me look like Mr. Rogers. Man, she did fight for me, and a week later, we were on air. I love her. She's my best friend, and no, we haven't slept together. She's dating a wrestling coach at the university. Would I do it all over again? We all do things we regret. And there are no do-overs. Accept and move on. Accept and move on. Wait a minute. 7:59, time to check in with Liz for our first clue in. Where the cell are you? Hey Liz, time for a clue.
Lights up on Liz. She's holding the cell phone up and giving it to me.
Liz? Liz, you there? Well, it looks like we have a technical glitch, folks. Hang on there and we'll get the kinks worked out. It's Funrise on KBOS. Get your lazy butt out of bed. Now, where were we?
Preamble.
400 people in the cafeteria at 8:04 a.m.
You should have seen Jones's face mask. It was bent to shit. Get this. There he is coming at me with this blitz. And kaboom! I snot bubbled that little fart. God, it was so great.
The warden comes to the 3rd cell, and the guy's sitting there. Anybody got a match?
Freshmen are so much smarter. I mean, look at this senior class. Dipshits, misfits, and future parolees. Do I look like I'm kidding?
Freshmen ought to be outlawed, like littering.
What if we get your dad's truck and coat to the lake? Beer? Oh yeah, my man. What kind of party fucker do you think I am? Oh, shit. Got time for just one more smoke. No, I only got one, you doofus. Yeah, I'll see you in there.
Lights dim on cafeteria as Mike hammers a steady beat. Lights follow Bonsai to where Robert is sitting with the gun against his head.
It begins in the hallway just outside the cafeteria.
What the fuck? What are you doing, Rimmer? Robert?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? You're not supposed to be here.
I can't. Guess I gotta go to plan B.
Robert fires. Bonsai is hit in the leg. He falls to the ground. Robert walks up to him, puts the pistol behind Bonsai's head.
No. Not dead. Please?
Sorry, but yeah. Dead.
Mike still hammers. Gunshot. Silence. Lights up on two.
Nobody hears it. Nobody. He's got the perfect cover.
Mike starts hammering again. Lights out. The shooters. Robert walks into the room, pistol on his waistband of his pants, 30-30 slung over his shoulder. Stylistically, he swings the rifle down and shoots randomly. The guns are not heard. Where someone is hit, their light goes out. Some rush to the aid of others. There's blood. Robert is a god. Donna grabs for the gun. Mike herds students out. Brian rushes Robert. 911.
I'm calling from the high school. A kid's got a gun.
Please remain calm. Which school?
He's killing us. Oh, Jesus.
We're sending help. Stay on the line. Are you hurt? Are you hurt? Are you hurt?
Dan? Dan, there are a lot of police cars with their lights on, headed for the high school. I'm gonna follow them. Dan? Dan? Fucking phone.
Lights up. There's blood everywhere. Everyone is frozen in the place, in horror. Act 2.
Oh my God.
The local police have confirmed that shots have been fired at the high school. They also have requested that parents and any non-emergency personnel do not go to the high school directly, so emergency crews can proceed. No immediate word on casualties.
Oh my God.
Dan? I'm on my way over there. Keep this line open. Dan? Dan? Fuck!
Helpless. Lights come up on Mike. He's standing a distance from Megan. She's motionless, but breathing.
Oh my God.
Bet you thought I was dead.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'm not. Am I?
No, you're not.
But it's not good, is it?
You'll need a new blouse. Just hang in there. Help is on the way. You'll be fine.
I don't know. This really hurts.
I'll go get someone.
No, please stay.
Maybe I can get someone.
I think I'm dying.
Don't say that. Jesus, don't say that.
Did they get him?
Yeah, he's gone.
What's your name?
Mike Eisenreich.
That rhymes.
Yeah, it does. Yours?
Megan
It's all right.
No, it's not. Megan Jenkins. Where's my sister?
I don't know.
She's dead?
I don't know, Megan.
I can feel myself bleeding. It's really weird.
Can I get some help here?
This has got to be bad.
It's serious.
It must be. I really want to sleep.
I don't think you ought to do that, Megan. Megan? Not yet. Come on, not yet.
What's your name?
Mike.
I'm dying, Mike.
No, Megan. Help! We need some help! Goddamn help here!
Mike?
Yeah.
It's okay. Tell Allie. It's nice, Mike. It's really nice.
Do you gotta go now?
Yeah,
I am so sorry.
I know.
Alan Alda.
The cafeteria was used as a triage. Do you know what triage is? I didn't. Triage is the sorting of patients as in battle to determine priority for treatment. Random House Dictionary. I'd heard the word before on MASH, on TV. You remember everybody running to the jeeps that brought in the wounded, Hawkeye in his red robe, checking for a heartbeat, looking for wounds. This one goes into surgery first, he says to a pretty nurse that was never on the show again. There was blood. I didn't get to watch the first few seasons because of the blood. That was my parents' excuse anyway. The first police and ambulance workers to arrive divided their time between checking the wounded and pushing the kids who could make it out without help to the ambulances outside. The adults tried to help where we could. Mostly we were helpless. I watched as one EMT walked from one kid to the next, making a determination if the blood on the kid was his or somebody else's. Alan Alda would have done that with sensitivity and never mussed his hair. Alan Alda would have choked his way through the blood and the emotion and saved Michael Keaton or Michael O'Keefe or whatever Michael that was starring that week. But his patients got up after the camera shut off. His casualties pulled back the sheet, hopped off the gurney, and picked up a paycheck at the end of the day. Kids died. They really died. Shit. Triage. I learned it from MASH.
Dan, the first reports do say there are some casualties and wounded. The gunman has been taken into custody, but we have no information on who it was or what the motive was. The police department has issued a statement asking that all unnecessary traffic stay clear of the area. Parents should remain at home close to the phone. They will be contacted as.
The road to the school winds around the canyon just by the side of the river. Then it crosses it. The traffic trying to reach the school is unbelievable. We have over 1,000 students enrolled in 4 grades, times 2 parents each in separate cars, burning toward the high school, wondering if their kid was alive or do the math. It's staggering.
Outside.
The crush of the parents hit the school with the force of a tornado. Trying to prevent the crowd from rushing to school, the police put up barricades at every entrance 2 blocks away from the school. They set up an area across the street in the church parking lot where the kids and parents were supposed to be reunited. It didn't really work. Parents were trying hard to get to the school, ripping police tape and telling the officers to fuck off. You don't have a kid in there. They held them at the fence, though. There was a lot of shouting, but as soon as the doors to the cafeteria burst open with the first kids on the stretchers, they went quiet. There was a girl with a bloodied arm and a sling, her face expressionless in shock. The silence was broken by the sudden crying of a woman. Some of the kids that were milling around the ambulances and police cars in the parking lot looked into the crowd. The girl cried and ran to the chain-link fence. More kids followed. The 2 gates to the parking lot were jammed by kids trying to reach their parents and parents trying to reach their kids. Other parents just watched and waited for the kids to come out of the cafeteria. One thing became painfully obvious. They weren't bringing the dead out of those doors. That would have been too much. The distant wail of more ambulances trying to reach the scenes was all the reminder we needed. That's all we could handle. That was enough.
Ambulance.
Sirens. My name is a big fat needle in my arm. My name is Brian. Whoa, that stuff's pretty good. It doesn't hurt so bad now. Doors open. Somebody's saying something. God, the sun is so bright. I am awake. God damn it. Air conditioning feels so good. My name is Brian. Brian, you keep asking, I keep telling you, somebody's got lethal cigarette breath. Moving, we're moving. Hard corner. Something falls on me. No, shit, I'm okay. Brian, can you remember that? Do you have to keep asking? Light, 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 light. Something on my face. I sound like Darth Vader. Use the Force, Luke. We're stopped. Doors opening. Light. God, it's so bright. Brian, you must be new. No, I'm not allergic to anything I know of except maybe doing dishes. That's what my mom says. Full of shit. Ouch! Another needle. What, you drilling for oil? Surgery? In tab? What? Put me out? I think I'm supposed to count now. 100, 99, 98.
22-2.
A lot of people stayed, even though they'd gathered their children. I looked at my watch. It wasn't even noon. The principal had to speak. He had to tell them. 2 dead. Alan Holmes, Megan Jenkins. 2 names. We wouldn't know how many were injured until the papers told us the next day. 2 dead, 22 wounded. It was like a football score. 3 touchdowns with 1 2-point conversion to a safety in the end zone by the visiting team. Alan Holmes. Did anybody but his friends know he was called Bonsai? Megan Jenkins. She was a cheerleader. Did you know that? 2 names. 2. Doesn't seem like a big number. Not like 400 or 1,000. Yeah, it does. All the teachers did head counts. Alan, Bonsai, wasn't found until half an hour after the school had been evacuated. We were missing 1.
Lights up on Allie. She is crouched in a corner, vibrating with fear.
Hey, I think I've got her. Are you Allie Jenkins? Are you Allie Jenkins?
Don't!
Are you?
I said don't!
Allie, honey, I'm sorry, but we gotta get you out of here.
No, please, no.
Allie, nobody's gonna hurt you. We're here to help you.
I can't move.
Allie, how can I help you?
You can't. Is he gone?
Long gone.
He shot her.
Who?
He did.
Allie?
What?
We gotta get you some help.
I can't move, I told you.
I can help you.
Don't you fucking touch me.
I'm reaching my hand out.
I'm not taking it.
You can't stay here forever.
Yes, I can. Miss Bishop, don't.
Just
Don't.
Just take the hand. It's right there. Take it and we'll get the hell out of here.
He shot her.
I know.
Bless you, brother.
I quit drinking 5 years ago. I would drink, become the world's biggest dickhead, call the biggest guy in the room an asshole, and then I would get my ass kicked. Last time that happened, I wound up in the hospital with a broken jaw and a punctured lung. My wife told me that this is the last time. Well, it was. Till today. Not to get drunk, just to cut the echoes of the gunshots. Reliving the scene over and over every time a guy in a uniform with a badge asked, what happened? What did you see? Quiet little bar. The Roadhouse. Bad movie, nice place to get a drink, a country place. I sat at the bar, it was quiet. You'd expect the place to be buzzing with, you hear? Nope. Everybody had heard. Nobody said a word, not a whisper. I had a beer. I'd love to tell you that I'd lost the taste for booze. You know what? It tasted pretty good. Friends in low places played on the jukebox. I remember that. The door opened. The guy who walked in has shoulder-length hair, beard, leather, biker-looking guy. He looked like just about any other dude that might walk in, except there was something different about him. He was in another place, a place that none of us has touched. He sat beside me and ordered the double Yukon Jack straight up. We sat. You hear about the shooting, he muttered? I nodded. His drink came, he slugged it down. Where you hear about it? I don't know why. What made me tell him? I was there. I told him about the shooting, what I saw in Megan. God, I wish I could have been anywhere but in that cafeteria. What about the other kid? Did you hear about him? Police thought he was ambushed. Probably didn't see it coming. The guy nodded. We were silent for a while. He glanced at his watch. I asked him if he had to get going. He said he had to get back to the hospital. His wife was there. She'd been at the school when they read the names. She had a breakdown right there. They sedated her. She's doing okay now, though. Is your kid okay? Nope. He's dead. He slapped a 50 on the bar and told the bartender to give me anything I wanted as long as the money held out. He stood up to leave. Thanks for trying, buddy. A lot of people would have run over the other kids trying to get out, trying to save their own ass. I nodded. That's all I could do. He put a hand on my shoulder and squeezed me hard. Bless you, brother. He walked out, the door squeaking behind him. I heard his Harley rumble as he started, and then it faded as he drove away. Low country music took over. Bless you, brother. I will never forget that.
Uncomfortably numb.
Mom? Dad? I gotta tell you something. No, don't talk. I gotta get this out, or I'm gonna go someplace that my mind can't handle. I saw it. I saw Megan get shot. I didn't run to her. I didn't try to help. I couldn't move. I watched her fall. I couldn't move. I couldn't move. I couldn't move! Fuck! I wanted to tell you that I tried. I wanted to. Every voice, everything told me to try. But I just couldn't move. I tried so much. Please, no hugs, no it's okays. It's not. I sat as my sister died right in front of me. I just wanted you to know that. I love you, and it may not seem that I love Megan, but I did. And I really wish she was here. But she's not. And that hurts. That hurts a lot. A lot. I'm really sorry. I tried. I want her back. The drugs are starting to kick in. I'm starting not to feel anything. Anything at all. I'm gonna leave for a while. I'm not gonna do anything stupid. I'm just going, and I will be back. I love you. Megan did too. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Confession.
You got a cigarette? Okay, it's fine. Just a little nervous. What do you want me to say? Now? Okay. Robert Rimmer. My name is Robert Rimmer. Start from the beginning. The beginning. It was 3 in the morning. My stomach hurt. I know it was 3 because I had to pull the black electrical tape off the front of my clock to see the time. I can't stand the way those 2 little dots flash on and off and on and off and on and off. Sometimes the tape doesn't help though. I went down in the kitchen to get some soda crackers. Yeah, they make me feel better too. I had to be quiet. I knew just where to step in the hallway so the floor doesn't squeak. One squeak and Mom would be scooting down the hall demanding to know what the matter was. Dad would be moaning, "What the hell's going on?" muttering about how he has to get up for work in the morning. You see, even a 17-year-old kid can't even get a drink of water after lights out. I was in my dad's den, his shrine. My expulsion letter was on his desk. Displayed inappropriate behavior by bringing a loaded gun to school. It was not fucking loaded. Robert has been expelled for the remainder of the school year. It has been advised that he undergo psychological testing and he be relocated to an institution that could handle his needs. I tore up the letter and sprinkled the pieces on the desk. And then I mashed the crackers and sprinkled them up on the desk too. Dad had my gun locked up in the top right-hand drawer. Nothing a letter opener couldn't get open. But I have to be quiet. Shh. I'm hunting rabbits. The box of shells was there. The gun wasn't loaded. I brought shells, but it wasn't loaded. My stomach hurt. I picked up some of the bigger pieces of the crackers and ate them. I took the gun back to my room and loaded the clip. Slapped it home and cocked it. Then I put the gun in my mouth.
Vigil.
After my shift, I walked to the high school. I had to. The worst thing that could happen to this place happened. And I couldn't help. I couldn't move. I played traffic cop on the radio. I know everybody plays their part. I played mine between Hanson, Spice Girls, and Mariah. Basset Hounds could hear my high notes. Carry it. It was kind of cold. The clouds were moving in. Another sunrise forecast blown to hell. I was glad I wore my jacket. Well, I don't write the weather, just read it. People were gathered on the football field for a candlelight vigil. The fence was filling up with memorials. 24 blue ribbons tied to the fence flapped in the breeze. There were cards, wreaths, and flowers, pictures of the kids who died, pom-poms. I even saw a couple of bombs hanging upside down. There was a small sign. Why, Robert? The sun was going down. I had to walk around the school to get to the vigil. I came around the corner. On the football field was a sea of people, motionless and silent. Silent, stunned.
Goodbye.
They never had a chance to say goodbye. They never had a chance to hug just one more time. A chance to say, thanks for everything, I'll miss you. A chance. Life is like a game. Like a game of cards. Poker. Did you know the odds in poker are better than they are in life? 52 cards. Those cards hold an X to the Y squared chance to rake it all in. Or lose the very shirt off your back. 52 chances. One bullet here, or here, and it's right here. This is the root of fear as we know it. We have no idea what's in here, in our still beating heart. We hope that if we find the right door, and on the other side is a big Mama Cash looking gal, smiling and wondering just what the heck took us so long. We hope that hell is nothing more than real nasty wedgies and Jean-Claude Van Damme movie marathons. We hope. We pray. We pray. Oh, so hard. Glory, hallelujah. Praise the Lord and pass the collection plate. And the scary thing, after all that work, we still have no idea. Because we have not died. Those kids who died know now, because they had no chance. Here, And here. 1 bullet, 2 grieving parents, 3 friends who don't know why, 4 proms, the ripples flow outward. Getting kind of zen. Sorry. Too many kung fu reruns on TNT. What I'm trying to say in a real windy way is that the thought of never having the chance to say goodbye haunts me. So if somehow I don't make it until I'm supposed to, I just want to say goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Hey, Liz, I brought the new battery.
Thanks, just in time as usual. Jesus Christ.
I know. Hey, what gives you? You got Christ knot all over my shirt.
I'm sorry. I just thought about my brother. He died 2 years ago. He had cancer. Don't look at me that way. I haven't snapped. He had lung cancer. By the time they found out about it, it was too late. They tried to stop it with radiation, but all it did was slow it down. Mom and Dad brought him home. They had to have all this equipment. There wasn't a room in the house large enough to put it in. So they put his hospital bed in the living room, along with the oxygen machine, the IVs, and all that other shit. I really hated going over there. I mean, there he was for the whole world to see. This kid wasting away. He went from knowing the capital of Switzerland on Jeopardy.
What is Geneva?
Wrong. Bern. See, he was a smart shit. But day by day, he slid away. He was a shell of my brother, fighting for every breath. He died June 22nd. He was out of his pain. I know he's in a better place. He has to be. It was all arranged. We put a call into the hospice, and the doctor and nurse pronounced him dead. We waited for the funeral home staff to arrive. There was a knock at the door. The staff turned out to be a kid who didn't look old enough to drive. Mr. White, I'm from the Taylor mortuary. Our sympathies on the passing of your son. He tried to wheel the gurney into the house, but Dad stopped him. Look, son, we've made arrangements with another funeral home. Dude, no. Dude, yes. Now get the hell out of my house. Well, the kid was humiliated or stoned, maybe both. He hopped off like we refused to pay for a pizza we didn't order, and he was going to have to pay for it. He practically threw the gurney into the back of the hearse, slammed the door, getting in, fired it up, backed out of the driveway, smack dab into the hearse from the other funeral home that was pulling into the driveway. Dudes were exchanged, punches delivered. Cops called, and they had to call another hearse. When they finally did pick him up, Dad was tanked on Tanqueray and yelling at Mom for choosing roses for the cover of the funeral program. I think my brother wouldn't have had it any other way. I think I heard Pearl Jam on the hearse's radio as they drove off. To this day, I still don't know whether to laugh or to cry. But I do know one thing. After today,
What?
I plan on dying in another town. You got a smoke?
Sorry, ran out at the station.
Yeah, I ran out a while ago. I just couldn't leave.
Well, I better get home. Rufus has been inside all day. I knew I should have left him out. Don't think I'll be getting much sleep tonight.
I don't think I want to.
Visiting hour.
You waking up?
Yeah. Fuck you! Fuck you!
Whoa, slow down there, big fella.
You fucking shot me!
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Why not?
You son of a bitch!
Just came out of surgery. Anesthetic. You're strapped down. Relax, you dumbass jock. I come in peace.
What do you want?
Just came to see you.
Why?
Because
Because why?
I want to share some things with you.
What?
Who's remembering who?
Jesus, not again. Just don't, please.
Done what, huh? Done what, jockass?
Please!
Hey, Brian, dude, open your eyes. Open your fucking eyes. You're still sleeping. It's time to wake up.
Someplace nice.
Oh yeah, I've been drinking. I'm very sorry, but I've had some beers. It's funny. Bullets whizzed by my head for just a few minutes today. You could have been a widow today, a single mother widow. Would you ever be married? Don't answer that. Bad joke, bad timing, bad everything. I held a girl named Megan today. She died. She got shot. She talked to me and asked me to stay with her. I did. She died. Shit. You ever watch anybody die? It's an amazing thing. I shared something with a high school cheerleader today, and I'm not quite sure what it was. All I know is, at the end, this girl had a calm, a wisdom that I don't think I'll ever have when I'm an old man. And when she went, honey, I swear, I felt her leave. You know all those talks we had about religion and God and heaven and all that? The big agnostic just got slammed dunk in the face. Something's got to be there. I saw this girl see where she was going. You know what? She was going someplace really good. She saw it. I saw her see it. And I helped send her on her way. I saw a young girl get gunned down and I saw her die, and her death was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. That didn't sound good. You know, today made me think about you and Anna. Remember when you had her? No, Mike, what happened? After all the labor was done and they were sewing you up, by the way, yuck, they put Anna in the cart and we wheeled her to the baby aquarium to be poked and prodded and probed. She was yowling like a tomcat until they put her in my arms. She looked up at me. She had a sparkle in her eyes. She had just come from a place that I didn't remember, and her eyes showed that place was good. Megan had that look right before she died. Today was an amazing cosmic turn. I feel so small. I feel like I'd like to go to church. I feel like I'd like to wake up now. I want today to start all over again without all the bullshit. But I want to keep one thing. You and our daughter. I love you both more than I ever have right now. At this moment, I really want to go wherever we're going together. I just wanted you to know that. I'm really sorry about the drinking, but it happened and it won't happen again. I have a real big urge to see the sun come up. Would you come with me? Thanks. I know, but I just wanted to be sure.
Confession.
I was in the car on the way to school. I wasn't driving. I was... You know when you're gonna do something and it's perfect in your head? I was on the car on the way to school. The sun flashed through the trees like God was taking my picture, and the wind was coming through the window and it filled me up like a big balloon. I was so big. If I wanted the sun to go down, it would, by God. I'm Robert Rimmer. I was so free. I'm in the seniors' parking lot outside the doors to the cafeteria. I got out slinging the 30-30 over my shoulder. Where'd that come from? A pistol shoved into my pants. Cold, hard, and powerful. It's there waiting. I'm sitting with the gun to my head. What are you doing? What are you doing? Am I saying that? Who is that? Boom! I'm on my feet. Yeah, dead. Boom! It's wrong. Coward. Coward. I'm in the cafeteria. It's not at all like I dreamed, but someone's laughing. Are they laughing at me? I start to get small. Remember? Boom! Get that look of pity off of your face. Boom! Jesus, what did you expect? Boom! Maybe you could have stopped this. Boom! Run away, I did. Boom! Not me. Boom! Not me. Boom! Not me. Some guy on the highway gets cut off, pulls out a gun, and he starts shooting. Another guy, he can't read, he can't write, he can't hold his dishwashing job. So he walks into a Burger King and sprays the place with bullets. A businessman loses everything he has on Black Monday. And then he sees if he can fly from the top of his office building. A kid wants to end his pathetic, small, insignificant life, but it all goes wrong. The game you play with a revolver and one bullet, Russian roulette. You play because you think the gun's not going to go off on you. You want the other guy to get it. You play it long enough, the gun goes off. You just don't know when or who. You hope it's painless. You just keep pulling the trigger. Click, 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 click. Bang. I'm done. Shut off the camera.
Hero.
A hero? A reporter on the TV just called me a hero? Do you think I am? I don't know. The reporter was talking about how I saved lives, even when I was shot. How I threw Rimmer to the ground and helped keep him there until the cops showed up. You want to know the truth? I wasn't thinking about anybody else. I wanted the shit to stop, and I was the closest one to stop it. The biggest thing that entered my head was that I didn't want a bullet entering my head. I didn't want to get shot in the face. You get shot in the arm, you can deal with that. You get shot in the leg, you can deal with that. But if you get shot in the face, you can't deal with that. I was reading about some kid back in the 70s who was listening to some heavy metal band. He took the lyrics about the devil and hell way too seriously and put a shotgun to his face and pulled the trigger. He lived. The dumbass in that split second changed his mind and tried to jerk his head away. Right, shotguns don't miss. The kid blew away so much of his face that surgery couldn't make him look like a circus freak. He had to live like that. So, you got two options when you get shot in the face. You live, or you die. I didn't like those choices. The truth is that I wanted to save my own ass, and the only way that I could do that was to get him, and by getting him, I saved lives. Is that a hero? Whoa, here comes the drugs. Dad? Could you tell those reporters that I would love to be their hero, but I just can't be? I just want to be honest. Thanks. I'll be alright. Thanks, Pops. I love you too.
Coming back around again.
I walked back to the school that night. It was a long walk. The downer they had given me had kicked in, so things looked different and sounded different. It felt like I was walking outside of myself. I was high and I had something to do. While I was walking in the neighborhood around the school, I noticed the light blue ribbons tied to trees and mailboxes. Memorials to the 24th. I kept trying to figure out which ribbons were Megan's. You know the local porn shop has a blue covering on the fence around it. It's the same color to keep the pervs in and to keep the innocent kids from looking in. Funny kind of, if you think about it. Why blue? Why that blue? 2 memorials. One to the people lost in the shooting, the other to a shooting of a different kind. Touches the heart. I'm sorry, but look. The people who put up those ribbons, thank you. But I want to tell you something. Something really important. A ribbon does not
represent my sister. My sister represented my sister. She's dead now. My mission, the thing I had to do, I had to get my sister's car home. See, if I got the car home, whoever's up there might let us start the day all over. I believe that. They gave me something called Xanax. They say you can justify walking on Jupiter when you're on Xanax. It's really cool stuff. I walked across the parking lot right to the car. I took the extra set of keys out of my coat. It was cold. Every morning in this town makes it feel like winter's coming year-round. I got in the driver's door and sat down. The steering wheel caught a glare off the parking lot lights.
So, what are we gonna do?
Gonna sit here.
That's productive.
You are annoying even when you're dead. That's talent.
Yeah. So what are we gonna do?
I think I'm gonna drive your car home. Then in a few days, I'll go to your funeral, cry my eyes out, and get on with my life. That's it. You?
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Mom's putting keys in the ignition, starting car. Radio blares Spice Girls Wannabe.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Shuts radio off.
This is your car, your radio.
I'm gonna miss you.
I know.
One last ride around?
Sure, let's go.
Allie turns the radio back on. Car revs up. Home is where the heart is.
Mom? Yeah, it's me, Donna. Yeah, I know it's early. It's about 5:45 here. Yeah, I'm okay. I wasn't there when it happened. I'm okay, Mom. Why am I calling? No, I'm here. I just wanted you to know that I was thinking about you and Dad. I wanted to tell you thanks for being my mom. I miss you guys. No, Mom, I'm okay. No, don't wake Dad. He's got to get up for work in about an hour. No work today. Just gonna sit around the house and watch Oprah or Rosie or something. Yeah, I imagine Rosie ought to be getting married someday soon. No, don't wake Dad up. It's okay. Mom, I'm sorry about waking you up. I really just wanted to hear your voice. I love you, Mom. I'm really absolutely okay. I promise I'll call later this week. Get back to sleep. Goodbye, Mom.
Funrise with Dan and Liz.
Sunrise weather, 70% chance of rain today, tonight, and tomorrow. Build an ark, gang. It's going to be a wet one. 52 today, 42 tonight, and 56 tomorrow. I want to take a second to say something. We all know what happened yesterday. We are all hoping that God takes care of the ones that are gone and watches over with more care the ones left behind. But the sun is going to come up here soon, in a few minutes. And that means a whole new day is going to officially begin. Liz and I are here, you're there. The only choices we have is look forward, so we're going to start the day the way we always started every day. Trying like hell to entertain you and playing the music and try to shake the cobwebs off when you wake up. It's going to be hard, but we have to try. All thoughts and prayers are out to every one of you.
603, here's Hampton off their latest live album. It's a remake of the old Spencer Davis classic, Give Me Some Lovin'.
It's Funrise on KBOS. Get your lazy butt out of bed.
The highway.
Boy, the highway's busy this morning. So many out-of-staters. So many RVs. Our sleepy little town sure is popular today. I walked by the diner earlier, and there it was in the parking lot. The CNN satellite truck. You know I had to go in and see. I had to see if Wolf Blitzer was the one they sent to cover the story. It wasn't. It was some guy named Greg. He wanted to interview me, but I told him that I couldn't. Not today. I walked out here to the highway. Not even 24 hours yet. I'm sure all of this is going to sink in real soon. The terror, the shock. Am I ready for all of this? No, I'm not. Look down the highway. See those lights? ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, and every television station within a 500-mile radius is coming for a visit. And the circus is coming to town. Hey, look. The sun's coming up.
The end.
We're going to have a 5-minute intermission again. We have some evaluation forms here we would like you to fill out if possible. And we'll have a post-show discussion. We'll have a chance to meet the cast, the director, and the playwright's wife. So take 5 minutes. Please take out an evaluation form. Thank you for coming. We hope you enjoyed the play. 5-minute break.